After the social and emotional support, we go to environmental assessment. Kasi nga comprehensive, kaya lahat kailangan nating i-assess. Under environmental assessment, we will assess the home safety, accessibility, support system, and community resources. Okay? Bakit kasama ang environmental assessment? Bakit kasama ang pagdetermine ng environmental factors that may affect individual safety, independence, and quality of life? Kasi kailangan natin yan para matulungan natin sila to achieve quality of life even though matatanda na sila. Okay. Now, sa home safety, assess natin kung meron silang risk for fall. Evaluate natin yung home o yung bahay nila for potential fall hazards such as meron ba silang mga rugs na nakakalat, uneven ba yung mga flooring nila, or marami bang cluttered na nakaharang doon sa mga dadaanan nila. Assess also for fire safety. Okay? Tingnan nyo kung for any presence and condition of smoke detectors and fire extinguishers. Medyo ibang level ito, di ba? Pero kung halimbawa, alam naman natin na walang capacity, i-assess nyo lang yung, yung exit, mga possible exits kung sakaling magkakaroon ng fire accidents dun sa bahay nila. Okay, you assess for carbon monoxide detectors. Okay. Ito, syempre, sa mga older clients who cannot afford, wala naman definitely sila nito. But this is basically, in the US, meron kasi sila nito. So, ang gagawin na lang natin, tingnan nyo kung yung bahay nila is exposed sila sa carbon monoxide. Hindi naman natin kailangan ng detectors, but just merely assessing the environment, kung malapit ba sila sa traffic, di ba? Makikita nyo naman yun kung nasaan sila. So, madedetermine ninyo kung meron silang risk for exposure to carbon monoxide. Okay. So, sa under home safety pa rin yung medication storage. You have to ensure that medications are stored safely and out of reach. Kasi pag minsan, especially patients who are already suffering from mental problems, baka mamaya they would think of the medicines or yung mga pills as something na pwede nilang kainin anytime or i-take anytime. Okay. Now, let's go to accessibility. Okay. So, simulan natin yung accessibility sa bahay. Let's focus on home modifications kung meron. Assess yung need for any modification sa bahay nila that will improve accessibility such as yung mga ramp, yung mga grab bars, or yung mga bars na hinangawakan, or wider doorways. Okay? So, sa transportation, kasama sa accessibility, evaluate nyo kung may access sila sa public transpo, sa mga taxi ba, or private transportation kung meron sila. Tingnan nyo rin kung if they have community accessibility sa mga local stores, sa parks, or sa other community resources. Now, support system, syempre unang-una dyan yung family ang evaluate natin. Family and friends, okay? Evaluate yung dynamics and the availability of family and friends to provide support and assistance. Tingnan nyo, baka meron silang, kung kaya nila, baka meron silang formal caregivers, okay? Or i-assess mo yung need for formal caregivers needs, such as yung mga home health aides, or baka kung in other countries, yung possible na tumira sila sa nursing home care. Now, social services is still part of the support system. You identify available social services and support groups in the community. Now, for community resources, ang una nating i-assess dito is the presence of senior citizen centers doon sa community nila. Assess nyo yung availability nito at kung ano yung mga programs na na-develop nila para sa mga older patients. Okay. Yung mga home-delivered meals, walang ganun dito sa atin. Pero of course, in other countries, meron yan. So, pwede kayong mag-inquire. So, actually, home-delivered meals, hindi naman yan puro sa restaurant. Pwede rin pala dito sa atin kung meron silang mga karinderya doon within the area and they can afford na magpa-deliver nila through the pension, di ba? Yung sa mga SSS or GSIS or yung through doon sa savings nila or yung kanilang mga back pay sa kanilang retirement, di ba? So, assess nyo para matulungan nyo sila na hindi na sila kailangan magluto, yet they will just subscribe to home-delivered meals. Okay, so transportation services ng community, tingnan nyo kung meron silang services available for the senior citizen. Baka sakali, meron din silang adult daycare. Hindi lang naman kasi sa bata ang daycare, pwede din sa adult daycare. Kapag ka pumapasok sa umaga yung mga anak, pagkatapos sa gabi, susunduin sila. So, you assess for the availability of this at saka kung ano yung programs doon sa daycare center ng adults. Okay? So again, pag ina-assess natin itong environmental factors, kaya na-assess natin yung potential risk or barriers that will hinder independence and we can develop also appropriate interventions para syempre sa improvement ng patient safety and quality of life. Again, it is important to involve the patient and their family in the environmental assessment to ensure that their needs and preferences are taken into account. Ano ba ang benefits ng CGA or ng Comprehensive Geriatric Assessment? It can offer numerous benefits for older adults at saka din sa atin, okay, yung mga caregivers. It can improve health outcomes kasi yung early detection of conditions through CGAs, it can help identify health problems earlier. This will allow us for timely intervention and potentially preventing more serious complications. Okay? It can enhance management of chronic conditions by providing a holistic view of the patient's health. Itong CGA can lead to more effective management of chronic conditions. Ano yung mga common chronic conditions? Mga heart disease, diabetes, arthritis. Okay? It can also reduce hospitalization kasi yung CGA can help prevent unnecessary hospitalization if we can address underlying health issues and provide appropriate support. So it can improve quality of life by addressing the physical, functional, cognitive, social, emotional, and environmental needs of older adults. Yung comprehensive geriatric assessment can help improve their overall quality of life. Okay? It can also enhance independence through improved functional abilities kasi yung CGA can help older adults maintain or improve their functional abilities such as yung kanilang dressing, bathing, cooking, allowing them to live more independently. Okay, for safety interventions also, kasi nakakatulong ang CGA to identify potential safety hazards in the home. And pag na-identify natin ang potential hazards, we can recommend appropriate interventions to reduce the risk of falls and other accidents. Okay? Sa community resources naman, ang CGA can connect older adults with community resources such as yung transportation, home-delivered meals, yung adult daycare, which can help them maintain independence. Okay? It can also benefit through better coordination. Kasi pwedeng tayong makadevelop ng personalized care plan. Okay, nakakatulong itong CGA para ma-address natin yung individual's unique needs and goals. Can also help improve communication. Kasi communication natin between other healthcare providers, between family members, at saka yung ibang caregivers nga. Ensuring that everyone is working together towards the same goal. It can also help reduce fragmentation of care. Kasi by providing a comprehensive assessment, the CGA can help reduce the fragmentation of care and ensure that older adults receive the appropriate services and support. Okay? Another benefit or the last benefit is cost-effective care. By prevention of complications, syempre, we can already identify and address potential health problems early. Kasi yung CGA can help prevent more serious complications that can lead to higher healthcare costs. It can also help reduce hospitalization kasi which can be very expensive and disrupting for older adults and their families. It can also improve care coordination, which can lead to more efficient and cost-effective care. So, to summarize, itong CGA can offer us napakaraming benefits for older adults at saka sa mga ibang at sa ating mga caregivers. This will include health outcomes, enhanced independence, better care coordination, and cost-effective. If we can provide holistic assessment to our patients, Okay? It can help older adults age in place and maintain a high quality of life. Now, what are the challenges and considerations when we do the comprehensive geriatric assessment? Okay? It can be time consuming, it can be resource intensive, it can be culturally sensitive, and it will require patient cooperation. Okay, simulan natin dun sa time consuming. Bakit ba siya naging time consuming? Okay? Kasi itong CGA require a thorough evaluation kasi hindi kagaya ng the ordinary head to toe assessment natin, di ba? Physical lang talaga ang ina-assess natin. Ito ang daming factors, di ba? So, meron siyang multiple domains including medical history, functional status, cognitive function, social and emotional well-being, kasama pa yung environmental factors. And this alone can be time-consuming para sa atin. Okay? It requires multiple assessment. In some cases, kailangan kasi may multiple assessment. May be necessary to obtain a complete picture of the individual's health needs or yung health status niya at saka yung kanyang health needs. It can be resource intensive kasi it requires multidisciplinary team ang mag-handle. Diba? So, that will include different professionals, physicians, nurses, social workers, pwedeng occupational therapists, physical therapists, which can be resource incentive for healthcare organization. Okay. So, ano pa? It requires specialized training kasi yung mga health providers who will conduct CGA need specialized training and expertise in geriatric care. Kailangan mga geriatric nurses daw sila. Okay, another challenge is being culturally sensitive. Kasi meron kasing possibility of cultural differences, lalo na kung nasa ibang bansa kayo. It is important to be aware of cultural differences that may affect the assessment process, such as unang-una na yung language barriers. Pangalawa, yung beliefs about health and illness. And pangatlo, yung kanilang preferences for care. Okay? Another challenge under cultural sensitivity is the cultural competency. Tayong mga healthcare providers, we should be culturally competent to ensure that assessment is respectful and culturally appropriate. Kasi hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon, puro Filipino ang ina-assess natin. Or kahit na kapwa natin Pilipino, magkakaiba pa rin ang kultura natin. Okay? So, under patient cooperation, bakit siya naging challenge? Because we might encounter patients with cognitive impairment. And this may provide us difficulty to let them participate in the assessment process, which can make it challenging to obtain accurate information. Okay? So, another area to consider under patient cooperation is the emotional factor. Kasi such as depression or anxiety, which can affect a patient's willingness or ability to cooperate with assessment. Despite all these challenges, yung CGA remain to be an important tool to provide high-quality care to older adults. By addressing these considerations and implementing effective strategies, we can ensure that we can conduct a culturally sensitive and patient-centered manner.